Hi, how are you?
Hi Kelly, how are you? I'm doing well.
I'm good. I'm good. Um, so let me start. You were in The Working Man. I'm a big Jason Statham fan. So how was that?
That was an absolute blast. It was action packed. So a lot of physicality work, which was good. I felt like the character in Working Man kind of primed me for character in Black Phone, both just being kind of blue collar, gritty women. So I feel like they both kind of Working Man segued into Black Phone perfectly. But it was a great role. It was a fun time. And Jason
And
is a legend.
speaking of the Black Phone, good movie. I watched it last night.
Did you
It
like
was
it?
really it took everything to another level in the
Yeah.
film.
Yes, they absolutely do. Every element in the first one that worked, I feel like Scott just like took it level 10.
Yeah, definitely. So I really like your character Mustang. It saw a lot of myself in her.
Mm. In what ways do you have Western background? I hear a bit of an accent.
I'm from Georgia, but I've had horses most of my life, and I'm just kind of that kind of girl.
Yes. Oh, like all you have to say is having horses. I think that says so much about like strength because I was just like digging into Mustang. I'm like, she has to be calm enough to not spook a horse or stress one, but strong enough to not let a horse dominate her. So yeah, when I hear anyone who's like, oh, I worked with horses, I'm like, hats off. Because I also grew up with
But
horses.
I had a Mustang, like a true Mustang, had Mustang down her, branded down her neck. It was
Oh my,
wild.
oh my gosh. So you had the full Mustang experience.
I did. And
Incredible.
I love that your character is kind of sensitive but tough.
Absolutely. Yeah, she has a big heart. And I feel like that's why she has to be tough. I feel like she honestly is just the older version of Gwen, and Gwen reminds me of that, of just really kind of tender heart that's just surrounded by this wall that's kind of hard to crack. And I think that's absolutely Mustang. I think she cares a lot about these kids, about this world, about her grandfather, and I think she protects it like ruthlessly. She'll do whatever she has to do to protect it. And I think it shows with the fact that she's risking her life for these kids that she just met. I think that kind of exposed to me that oh, she's a big softie, really.
What was it like filming in all that snow? Was it real snow, I take it?
It was real snow. Yeah, it was real snow. And we asked for it because we didn't have any and they were praying to the movie gods that we could get some real snow. And when it came heavy and I don't think we were actually prepared for the amount that we got. We had to actually cancel a few days of shooting because it was just absolute onslaught of snow. But it helped a lot with the stakes, I think, just being kind of uncomfortable in the temperature. I'm from Los Angeles, so I was not at all primed for that. And so that added a layer that I think fully came through in the kind of discomfort and unsettled energy on set. So it was real snow, I would say 50% of the time. And yeah, it was definitely cold. It was real cold.
I assume it made things, difficult to film in so many ways, but was the lake itself really frozen, or was that kind of, movie magic?
Yeah, so actually what you see in the film is both. When we are at the phone booth, um, that is 90% of the time a real lake. We went up to um, the mountains in Canada just north of Toronto, and there was this gorgeous lake that really froze over right when it snowed. So we got really lucky with that too. We kind of hoped for it. And it was phone booth set and just real frozen lake, real mountain range. And yeah, we were really fortunate to get that landscape because it just matched, I think, Scott's vision. And yeah, and then the other part of it was in a soundstage for some of the more like stunt stuff that you would see at the end.
Right, right. And your face during that scene in, I guess it's the basement, maybe the kitchen. I'm not. short, but it had the big ovens. I'm trying not to spoil it.
Yes.
That was crazy.
That was insane. I'm thinking that was honestly when Maddie made it easy because she was truly being suspended in the air, and so running in and seeing just little Maddie flying in the air was pretty shocking in and of itself. So, not a whole lot of acting went into that.
Well, I mean, the movie is so dark. Did it affect you either while you were filming or afterwards?
Mm, that's a really good question. I think for me it was kind of it it affected me kind of indirectly. I think what affected me was watching Maddie's performances and being kind of in her creative space for that, because she's carrying the emotional weight of the story of these kids. Like this was a real scenario for them, and so watching her tap into that, I think she just pulls from such a real place that to see her go there, that was heavy. But she did such a great job of just kind of finding her balance. So I really admired her, and I just felt her in that. So in that way, yes.
Yeah, it was definitely, very dark, but in a good way, because of course it's a horror movie.
Makes you care, right? I think that's what like wait, I actually am invested in this, which is hard to do with horror movies sometimes, I think, where I'm like, I don't know what's happening, I don't know these people, but Scott, he got us connected to these kids and everything. So
Well, talk a little bit about the relationship with your grandfather.
hmm. Mando, yeah, Mustang has a really special relationship with Mando. Um, they are also kind of, I think, a mirroring group. I think Mando is kind of the version of Mustang who didn't kind of regulate. He ended up in prison. He ended up doing some bad things when he was young. And so I think he took that experience and kind of instilled in her, hey, take this fire, take this energy, ground yourself, focus it. And I think if she hadn't found horses, she could have done what Mondo did. I think they both just have this kind of like fiery energy that they're trying to channel. And he put it towards finding the kids. I think Mustang put it towards the camp and the horses. So they're a good team.
Definitely feel that heat, that desire, that drive to protect, which
Mm,
is huge because it is a movie about kids, and especially the ones that are calling the black phone.
yes. The
It
ones
seemed
caught.
like especially that lake scene where they're retrieving them. Seems like it would be a really dark, spooky thing to film since it is at night.
Absolutely. And especially for I think Mondo, that when they find them, that was such a strong scene for Mondo because he had that years and years of wondering what happened to these kids, and for him to find them, I think was a nice kind of closure for him. But yeah, it was a very very spooky scene, and the prosthetics team was incredible with those skeletons. Whew. Yeah, they did a good job.
It just, I don't know, there's so much cold in this movie. I mean, it's, the weather, the killer, it's, so cold, but then there's this side that is so warm with, the characters that it's such a great balance of, fear and heart.
Mm, yes, I'm glad that you felt that because I think that was really Scott's goal with it. I think he really wanted to just because we fell in love with the kids from the first film, and I think to like build on their relationship because the movie is really about a brother-sister relationship, I think, and just how they support each other and kind of overcome these major obstacles. And so there is a lot of heart in it, which I think makes it scarier because what's scarier than something that you care about being in danger? I think it just elevates the film so much more.
Yeah, especially for those with siblings.
Definitely. Yeah. I have 7, so I'm like, okay, if this were happening to any of them, I would die. I would die. Simply pass away.
Seven, that's a lot.
Just the one. Just yeah, it's a lot. But no, it's definitely if you have siblings, you're gonna feel this differently for sure.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's cold and scary and all. It's also so pretty, and the snow looks to me like it kind of represents innocence. Because when you see the blood splash on the snow, it's like, the killing of the innocence of the film. Sorry, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense. That does. There's something pure and white about snow, and to see it stained like that, I think, yeah. On the red, I was about to go down yellow snow. Leave Snow White. Let's leave Snow White. That's the moral of the story. Well, Kelly, it was really great talking to you.
You too, and I appreciate it, and I can't wait till everybody sees it and we can talk about it. And
Yeah.
thank you for taking the time.